Hi there, welcome back to Puzzle Corner. This is a quiet space for gentle conversation, and a little escape at the end of the day. So make yourself comfortable, and thank you for sitting with me today whilst we work on the next stage of the puzzle. I'm currently working on the Zelda collector's puzzle, The Legends of Zelda, and it's been quite a tricky puzzle so far. It's very similar colours. You kind of get this darker browny colour to a lighter golder colour, but I'm finding it quite tricky. So it's certainly taking me longer than a 500-piece puzzle would usually take me. But let's crack on and see how much we can get done today. For those of you that have listened to previous videos of mine, thank you for coming back. Really appreciate the support. These are quite tricky. Just going to try and focus on this. That's an interesting colour. Looks like it might be around here actually. Yeah, I've kind of realised that I need to focus on one section, I think, just to try and build that up. There we go. First piece of the day. Got one in there. Lovely. And another one. I thought I'd talk a little bit today about anxiety. I suffer with social anxiety, and I always have done actually, even when I was little. Oh, there's a little piece there. I find it quite hard being around people, and I find small talk really difficult. I find that I'm often on the outside of conversations. I don't have a great memory, so I can't really tell stories. You know, when you get together with people and everybody's talking and telling a story, and then somebody else will start to tell a story, and I just can't do that. I don't have that. I don't have the memory to be able to remember stories. So I find that that's kind of part of being able to have social communication with people, is being able to retell stories, which is something that I can't do. I also am really bad at knowing when to speak in a conversation. Often, you know, when I don't know people, or trying to push myself into a situation where I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, I find that I tend to speak at the wrong time. So it's almost like I'm interrupting somebody when I finally do say something. So yeah, I find the whole social scenario very difficult to navigate. I'm okay in, you know, groups of people that I'm really comfortable with. That's fine, absolutely not a problem. But if I get into a group of people that I really don't know anybody, or I barely know anybody, it's just really, really difficult. I find that really tricky. So obviously, you know, as you do, you tend to avoid those kinds of situations. Yeah, and that can be quite limiting, I suppose. I find that anxiety can become quite loud. It's like a constant humming noise in the background when you're feeling anxious. It can be quite hard to escape it. You can get very stuck in it. And then that can just make your anxiety feel worse. It feels like your mind is just running ahead of you, and you can't catch it up. But the one thing I've learnt about anxiety is that it's actually best not to fight it. Oh, I've got a piece there. I find that the more you try and fight anxiety, the worse it gets. It just becomes more and more debilitating, more and more overwhelming. As hard as it is, I think sometimes with anxiety you just need to let it in. When it turns up and you're feeling overwhelmed, it helps me to greet it. To greet it like an old friend. Come on then, in you come. Just let it take its time. Let it have its place. Don't try and fight it. I got into a situation at work this week, where I met with the top boss in the company that I work for, and as we were having the meeting, she suggested that I attend the opening event that's happening in London next week. Now, for someone who suffers with anxiety, that's just like the worst possible thing she could have asked me. And I don't have a very close relationship with her because I don't know her very well. And of course she's asked me and put me on the spot to invite me, which was a lovely thing. I mean, I appreciated being invited. But of course, internally I'm like, I cannot possibly accept what will I say. And I actually turned around and said, you know, I'm really sorry, but I've got really bad social anxiety and I don't think I could attend. And she was absolutely fine with that. And I felt better having been able to communicate that. I think people understand if you give them the opportunity to understand, and if you're open and honest about what's going on for you right then. Because of course the other option is that I could have just made up some excuse and said, oh no, I'm really busy, oh no, I just can't make it. And I think people are more likely to take that personally because they probably see through you. They probably think, is that really true? Because I'm not a very good liar. So I find just being open and honest in those kinds of moments, it is what it is, you know. I'm good at my job. I've done it for a long time. I work hard. And the fact that I've got social anxiety doesn't impact on what I do. It's a bit. But yeah, I think when you're feeling it, when you're feeling anxious, just let it in. Welcome it like an old friend. Come on then, in you come. What's going on right now? Let's have a chat. Why are you feeling anxious? And just talk to it. Calm it down. Give it space. Give it time to breathe. I find just acknowledging it really helpful. Like, okay, I see you. I know that you're here. I know what's going on for me right now. But it's okay. I'm just going to let you in. We're just going to have a little catch up about what's going on right now. Because it is a part of you. And we're made up of lots of different parts. I think having that open communication with ourselves is actually really helpful. actually went there. I didn't think that was likely. Really interested to know how long this puzzle's actually going to take me. And I think sometimes coping with anxiety, you don't need to make big changes. It's just noticing the small things, noticing how you're feeling, letting the feelings in, sitting with them quietly, breathing. Breathing in those situations is so important, just being able to slow your breathing down. It helps calm your brain when you can breathe like that. That's actually quite a powerful exercise, being able to breathe slowly. You know, if you notice yourself feeling anxious and that anxiety overwhelming you, then taking some time out, making yourself a cup of tea or a coffee, finding somewhere quiet to sit. Just starting to notice things like the warmth of the cup of tea on your hands. Sitting quietly. Looking out of the window and noticing the trees, the sky. Focusing yourself on those. Just letting yourself breathe in and out slowly. It's almost like in that moment you need to be there for yourself. Part of you that has to come out and say, it's okay, we're okay, we've got this. Let's sit here together now and breathe this through. We can do this. Oh, I thought it was really close then. Just can't get those swirly bits together. One thing that I always find really helpful actually is going out for a walk if I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, because I think when we're feeling like that we just get in our own heads and we just overthink, overstress, overworry. We can't get out of it. These things go round and round in our heads. actually getting up, putting your shoes on, and walking out that door and just going for a 5–10 minute walk around the block. It's just enough. It's just enough to give yourself the space that you need in that moment. And I think these tiny actions, they just remind yourself, they remind your nervous system that you're safe, that you're okay. Your body has time to breathe and calm down. You can find yourself starting to ease a bit, feel a little bit better. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's a nice few bits. There's another one. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that was good. Beautiful. Another thing you can do is to just find a focus for your attention. You don't have to silence the anxious thoughts completely, but it helps you if you can focus on something to help take your mind off what's going on for you in that moment. That's one of the reasons why I like doing a puzzle, because it is for me a very relaxing, very calming thing to do. And sometimes when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I can just come in and sit and do my puzzle quietly. It just helps slow things down. The puzzle takes up so much of your focus and attention when you're working on it that everything else quietens. And I love that about puzzling. Okay. progress we'll make today. We're doing quite well so far. You look like you go in here. But where? There we go. You definitely come in here too. Maybe we're not ready for you just yet. Let's try this one. It's funny when you're doing a puzzle, you can just hear all the little noises. Being able to focus on those helps keep your mind busy, so that gradually it stops stressing, overthinking, worrying. And little by little, these small moments can help give you a bit of an anchor. Can help you find a way to release some of that anxiety that you're feeling. Lovely. Oh, that was nice. I wonder what goes in here. I'd like to find that piece. Starting to build a little bit here now. That might go. I feel like these bits here, and here should be quite easy to find. I do find sometimes if I can focus on the bit that's needed, I can normally find it. I think there's definitely one. It's either this side or the other side. Oops, this side. I think we all have a tendency to fall into the what if trap. You know, when we're worrying about things, what if this happens, what if that happens, taking ourselves down rabbit holes. Being able to refocus yourself can hopefully help get you out of that. There we go. Right, so I found one of these. Where's the next one? I think one of the most important things we can do for ourselves when we're feeling anxious, really struggling with that anxiety, is to offer ourselves self-compassion. Just by being kinder to yourself. If you hear yourself speaking badly to yourself, or saying, oh, you should be doing this, or why are you behaving like that, or if you don't do this, you're a bad person. Trying to break that. Instead of saying you should or shouldn't do this, it's saying, you know what, it's okay. Things are going to be okay. We've got this. We'll find a way through it together. It's that little inner voice you have. It is there, even if you can't hear it right now, it is there. We're very good at silencing the inner voices. If you can let them in, they're there to protect you. They're there to support you, to remind you that you're not alone. I want you to really focus on what you hear yourself saying to yourself, the way that you speak to yourself. Not always think, would I speak to somebody else like that? Would I speak to my best friend like that? Or my mother like that? Or my friend like that? And if you wouldn't, then why are you speaking to yourself like that? When you find yourself starting to feel anxious, maybe you could try some gentle words. It's okay. You're going to be okay. We can fix this together. We don't need to fix it all right now. It's going to take some time. And that's okay. Just giving yourself that little bit of a hug when you need it can really make a difference. Oh no. I thought we had one there. But definitely not. Remember, you're allowed to rest. You're allowed to pause. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's okay to take some time out. It's okay to step back. Listen to your body and listen to what you need. go. Now I definitely need to find these two in this one, because there's one, I think. Is that one? Yes. It's certainly the right sort of colour. That's one. So if you're feeling stressed or anxious right now, if you've got lots going on, just tell yourself it's going to be okay. You're going to find a way through. There we go. Right. So what should we focus on next? I feel like that bit could go in. This bit should be coming in. It's impossible to read these words, so I can't tell which way up they go. I think it's good to think as well and remember that if you do suffer with anxiety, sometimes it's not all about how are you going to solve that, how are you going to stop suffering with anxiety, because that may not be the reality. It's more that how am I going to live with anxiety? How am I going to accept that I have anxiety and at times I'm going to really struggle? How am I going to make that easier for myself? How am I going to cope better with that, knowing that that's what I have? What things can I do for myself to make myself feel better? What boundaries can I put in place? What things really stress me? What are those trigger points for me? Because if you can work out your trigger points, then you can start to adapt so that you're not putting yourself in those kinds of situations. Like for me, you know, years ago, if I'd have been asked to go to the opening event of something to do with my work, I would have gone. I would have gone and I would have put myself through it and I would have hated every minute of it, but I would have gone because I felt that's what I needed to do. That's what's expected of me. But the reality is, going to that event is not going to make any difference to the actual job that I do. And I don't need to go. So being able to just say, no, I've got social anxiety, that would be too much for me. That's okay. And I feel okay with that. I never used to feel okay with that. And trust me, I've put myself in many a social situation that I've struggled through, without a doubt. Struggled through. But I've realised that I don't need to do that anymore. I didn't need to do it before, but I felt I needed to do it, and now I don't. And that's a really freeing place to be honest. Right, shall we see if we can find... No. Yes, lovely. No. I'm not saying that there aren't times when, you know, you've got to suck it up. Something's going on, you've got to go. You can't get out of it. It's important. It's needed for your job role. I've had stuff like that. And I know I can push myself to get things done that I have to do. And I will push myself. But I just feel a little bit more freer now to say no. And I think it's not really needed. It's a nice gesture and I appreciate the gesture, but it's not really needed. And it's okay for me to say no to that. I feel like it took me a long time to get to that place. Don't think what I want is in here. Let's see if it's in here then. Little dragon there. Look, lovely. I feel like this bit is around somewhere. And that bit actually, I've seen that bit. find these two bits, and that bit should be fine. Let's try another one. There we go. Yay, got that one. I feel like I'm just piling puzzle pieces on top of puzzle pieces because I think they look like they should fit. Is that there? No. This is starting to build now. This little corner, that puzzle corner. Good, I'm laughing at my own jokes, that can't be good. There we go, we've got that one. Let's see. I feel like I've been through these trays twice already and I can't find these ones. Maybe I've not been focused enough. See how easy it is to get sidetracked. No. 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 Come on. No. Oh, it could be you. Or it could not be. I think the thing is as well, if I had have agreed to go to that event, oh my god, I would have. I mean, this event isn't till next Wednesday, and what are we today? Thursday. That would have given me 6 days. 6 days of anxiety, sleepless nights, worry, stress. And then the closer you get to the day, the worse I would feel. It's just not worth it to me to go through all of that. I have started to notice that it's never as bad as I think it will be. I do tell myself this a lot. I have to go to things. And that's true. It's never as bad as I think it's going to be. And I'm always okay. That's what I mean. So if I have to do it, I will go. But if I don't have to go, then that's the best outcome for me. But it is difficult, isn't it? Because you don't want to offend people. I think it's important to be your authentic self. And I think that's how you find true happiness. It's by being true to yourself, listening to yourself, doing the things you need to do for you to get yourself into a happier place. That doesn't mean not thinking of others. It just means perhaps not always putting everybody else's needs before your own, which I'm sure many of us can relate to. Yay, got one. Now what's going to come in here then? Surely that must be out here. Just trying to think now, what would come in there? There we go. Oh, that's lovely. I feel like we might be able to roll a bit here. How do you find it when you say no to something that you really don't want to do? Do you find it easy to say no? Or do you struggle with it? Maybe you could let me know in the comments. Oh, hang on. Nope. I think that's too small a bit. It's not going to be out here yet. I do feel like we've made some good headway again today. I wish I could find these pieces. That's really frustrating me. I like to fill in sections. Try these pieces one more time. It's quite dark actually, this one. Could be. No, it's not. There's one. Right, come on, let's see if we can get one more out of here. I'm sure we can. Just getting that colour right. So this one's quite black. Right, last try. I think we'll bring this puzzling time to an end. It's very frustrating. Just can't find it. Just wondering if it's out on the table somewhere. It's not looking good, is it? These four pieces are quite elusive. Okay, I'm just going to try the trays one more time because you never know. Probably already gone through these pieces. No. It's a shame I couldn't just find one more. It doesn't look as if it's to be today. It's close. Got one. That's my little merry dance, that is. Come on then. No. Well, got another one in there. So that was really good. Got 3 left to find. I can get very focused on areas. So if today your mind is racing, or you're feeling anxious, or you find that anxiety is something you suffer with, just let your mind rest. Come and join me here at Puzzle Corner. Come and sit with me while I do my puzzle. Remember, it doesn't need fixing. It doesn't need to be cured. You just have to think how you can sit with it, how you can let it in. Start to greet it like an old friend and let it sit with you. And then think of ways to get out of your head and into your feet by going for a walk or doing a puzzle or just sitting with me here. Thank you for joining me today. It's been lovely to have you keep me company. And I shall be doing another video soon and we'll do some more building of the Legends of Zelda puzzle. Take care.